Rachel with Bear. Today we are going to work on come with him. So I have him outside, there's still fences around us, and I have him on this super long training leash that's 15 or 20 feet. This is so that when I tell him to come, I can enforce it. As you can see, he's pretty distracted out here, and since I took him outside of the gate, I'm pretty sure he thinks that you're here to pick him up. So he's kind of frantic and really wanting to go find you because you're bound to be around here somewhere. So I'm just going to start with short distances at first, and then we're going to work up to longer and longer. Now, he has a martingale collar I see. I'm going to try to move it up as close behind his ears as I can get. That's where he's most sensitive and we have the most control over it. Now, since we're really working on come, I have treats with me, and he's going to get a treat every single time he comes back to me. Because since this is something that he's struggling with, we really want to enforce it and give him that positive reinforcement. So I'm going to give him some slack on the leash. As you can see, just a few feet, kind of the length of a regular leash. While he's just standing here, I'm going to call him to me. There, come. Good come. Good boy. Good come. Good boy, come. Okay. So that was really good. Now, when I said come, I gave him a little tug on the leash to encourage him to come to me right away. So it's not come, and then I'm waiting for him to react. I'm encouraging him to react right away by giving a slight tug on the leash. Now when he came to me, I rewarded him by telling him, good come. That's so he hears the command, he does it, and then hears it again in a praise, so it really reinforces that command for him. So I'm going to be working with about the same amount of distance. Bear, come. Come. Bear, come. Good come. Good boy. Good boy, come. Good boy. Okay, so there he came close to me but didn't come all the way to me. That's something that you really don't want to let him get away with. Now that's because if he ever gets out of the yard, out of the door, or slips out of his collar and is kind of running around and all worked up if he's excited or nervous and you call him to you, and a lot of times if dogs only come this far, you know, you can reach your hand out like treat length, but he's able to grab a treat and then turn around and run the other way. Bear. So you don't want that. You want him to come all the way to you so you can get hands on him. So he only gets a treat if he comes all the way to you. I don't want you working and meeting him like this. He needs to be all the way up here. So Bear, come. Good come. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, come. Good boy, come. Bear, come. Come. Good boy, come. Good boy. Good boy, yeah. Okay, so I see when I say come, he responds, but it's not always straight back to me. That's why one of these leashes is so great, is because I can enforce it. Even though this is an enclosed area, he can still get away with a lot in here, which we don't want him to do. We want to practice it the right way every time so that he doesn't learn any bad habits. There, come. Come on. Come. Good, come. Good boy. Good boy, come. Good boy, come. Now you can see he's distracted. He hears the other dogs over there. So he's kind of walking towards me, but still looking elsewhere. That's why it's really important you make him come all the way to you, pull him right up, and you really command his focus. Good boy. There, come. Good, come. Good boy, come. Good job. Good job there. Okay, that was really good. That was the best so far. Because I gave him just a little bit of tension on the leash when I first said come, and the rest of it was him coming all the way to me on his own. So that's really good. I'm going to give him a little bit more leash, and we're going to work on the distance there. Okay, now you can see he's really pulling. This is kind of this is good to work on because he's really distracted, but it doesn't matter what the distractions are, we want him to listen to come. Bear, come! Bear, come! Good boy, come! Good boy, come! Good boy! Good boy! Okay, now there you can see he came about halfway and then stopped. That's when I gave him the correction noise, or what we call the no noise, which is an or to let him know, no, that's not what we want. I repeated come and I made him come all the way to me. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, Bear. Bear, come. 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 Good boy, come. Good boy. Good boy, come. Now there what I'm doing is I'm backing up as I say come. A lot of times that works really well with dogs, is if they aren't listening to you, if you start running backwards like this, or you just turn and run in the other direction, that gets them excited. They think they're missing out on something, and it really encourages them to go to you. So, also with the come, you want high-pitched, excited, happy voice. A lot of times bending over like this is kind of a playful position, or patting on your legs, clapping your hands, makes the dogs kind of associate it with fun, with playtime, and so that will often really encourage them to come to you. So that's another thing. And like I said, running backwards kind of excites them. So I'm going to try that now with Bear, since he's laying down and a lot more relaxed. Bear, come! Come! Come on, Bear! Come on, good boy! Good boy, come! Good boy! Good boy! Good boy, come! Okay, that was good. He kind of slowed down as he was getting to me, but he was doing a bit of a trot. He's pulled the leash out a bit here. Got it tangled up, so I want to. But he's looking. This is right at the front of the office where you drop him off and pick him up. So I bet he thinks that you're there. But he's moving on now. Bear, come! Okay, see, he is a cheater pants. He is trying to get away, but not coming all the way. There, come. Good, come. Good boy. Good boy, come. Good boy. Okay, I really like that he was trotting towards me at first, but then he just kind of gave up and was not going to come the rest of the way to me. He was stopped quite a ways away, which is the kind of thing we don't want to let happen. Bear, come. Which he did end up doing. That's really good. But again, just stay super excited so that he doesn't associate, he thinks it's worth it to come to you. Now, on that same note, if Bear does something bad around the house, if he chews something up, if he gets into something he's not supposed to, and you try to scold him or discipline, and he runs away, you do not want to use come and then punish him, because then he thinks he's getting punished for coming to you, and he's associating that with bad things. So you need to go to him. You can't use the word come for that, because that could really undo all of this work that we're putting into come. Bear, come! Come on, Bear! Bear, come on! Come, 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 come! Come, 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 good boy! Good boy, come on! Bear, come! Good boy, come! Good boy! Good boy! So there I was letting him do it on his own. He was being a bit slow, so I was just trying to be super happy and excited to really encourage him to come to me. And he did eventually. He kind of paused, but when I did a little bit more backing up, that encouraged him to come the rest of the way. Good boy! There, come! Good boy, come! Good boy! Good boy! So he's still not coming all the way to me right away. However, he does seem to be responding faster. So when I say come, he's going to try away. think I want to work inside with him where there aren't as many distractions, and hopefully he'll be more comfortable and we can really focus just on the good comes, because he seems, he responds well, but it's getting him all the way to you and coming the whole way that is the biggest thing we need to work on for Mr. Bear. All right, this was Rachel and Bear, and we were working on come.